8 to 12 boys, you will come in from this side and you will exit from that side. There's a circle in the center. We'd like you to stay in the center because that's the closest for your pitch, your diction, clarity. It becomes very clear for the judge. So try and stay in the center. For my dear parents, teachers, a humble request. Please put your phones in the silent mode. When the contest starts, no movement when the contestant is reciting the piece, no dragging of chairs, and the most important announcement, when all of them finish their piece, you have to give them a generous round of applause. I don't think you heard me, so can I hear that now? So we have 28 participants in this age group. We have one that is not shown up. So ultimately we have 27. We are ready to start with 8 to 12 boys. Good luck. Results will be announced tonight. 5 go into the finals. The finals are on Saturday. Reporting time 1:30. Results will be on the notice board as soon as the show ends, which is around 7 p.m. And also will be communicated to all the schools. There's 3 judges, 2 gents and a lady, ready to make it their grand entry along with our Honorary General Secretary and Honorary Cultural Secretary, Teresa Aguilar and Sheriff Fonseca. And Jay. Seated in the center is to my right and right ahead of me is Janet D'Souza. She is a Bandra and a proud grandmother. I'm very happy to retire. Long and interesting career in the corporate sector. The last and impactful being with Maersk India Private Limited. And moving into the educational field with TSP International School. In retirement, she enjoys amateur acting, hosting cultural events, and occasional writing of articles on care for creation. Honored to be both host and judge for the very same inter-school elocution competition in 2019 and is here this afternoon to judge the 77th annual inter-school elocution competition at the Bandra Gymkhana. Janet, welcome. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, please accord a warm welcome. To my extreme left is Keith Sequeira, performing artist with 10 years of professional experience in the live entertainment industry. During his time, he has worked as a live musician, acted in plays and films, web series, musicals, written poems, plays, songs, composed music for contemporary dance shows and musical theatre. His notable works are Suni Tarapur Wala's Ye Ballet, a Netflix film, Jugaistan, a Lionsgate play web series, Disney's Aladdin, the Broadway-style musical, Etienne Coutinho's Two Trees, Halves, a shortfall by W6 Films, Neeraj Lohani's The Letter, Beach, his collaboration with Tarini Tripathi, and A Miracle, his own play. He teaches performing arts at various schools. Ladies and gentlemen, only if you give Keith a round of applause, he will perform live for us here this evening. Now he has no choice. He just has to perform today. And in the center is Jay Alexander, actor and a voice-over artist. Began his career as a writer in advertising, worked on brands like Gillette, Raymond, Pantene, During those years, he wrote films, cracked campaigns, even won the Cannes Lion for his work, pivoted to performing arts and navigated the theatre circuit. Acted in Two Trees, Etienne Coutinho's production, Faiz Jalil, 777 and Afterlives, Aquarius Productions, A Small Family Business, Keith Sequeira's A Miracle, Daniel Owen D'Souza's Rhyme or Reason. So, ladies and gentlemen, J. Alexander in the center. That is a short profile of our three judges. We have a long evening, and so we'd like to begin straight away. Judges, if you are ready, when you are ready. Requesting you one more time, mobiles switch off or silent mode, and as they come up, as they finish, all you have to do is give them a generous round of applause. Ready and raring to go is number one, Dream, Dream, Dream by Dr. Abdul Kalam's speech. Circle is marked right here in the center. That's where they stand. Is that okay? The shadow? So should we put off some light?
No, just giving one step back.
One step back?
Yeah.
Okay. So one step behind the circle. Is that okay? Thank you. We move on. Coming up is number 2, AI's impact on our society.
AI is the ability of machines to perform tasks that normally require human intelligence, such as learning, problem solving, and decision making.
Number 3, the light within anonymous.
A very good afternoon, respected judges, and all of you. Today I am going to present a wonderful poem named Light Within. When the storms arise and the skies grow green, when the hope seems lost along the way, not look for the stars in a distant sky, but the brightest light within you light.
The day I met my future self.
Good afternoon, everyone. Yesterday, while dreaming of becoming like Ronaldo, I met someone far more important, my future self. When people ask me, who do you want to become? I don't have to think. I usually smile and say, I want to become like Ronaldo. But yesterday, something happened and completely changed the way I think. Not about what I want to become, but about who I want to become. It happened right in front of my bedroom mirror.
Number 5, friendship beyond screens, self-composed.
Good afternoon, respected judges, respected teachers, and all the parents present over here. Today, I am going to speak on the topic, friendship beyond screen. Most of you must be having friends while playing an online video game or chatting on a tablet. In today's digital world, it is incredibly easy to connect with people through pixels and screens. These online friendships can be a lot of fun because we get to share our
Number 6, the piece Let's Recycle by Roger Stevens.
Good afternoon, forget about paper and glass, recycle together in your entire class. We will make sure we never litter. We will make sure we never litter. Let's recycle. We are not litters. Let's recycle. We are
Number 7, slightly behind this, that's it. Stopping by the woods on a snowy evening. Contestant number 7.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ananda, and today I am going to recite one poem. The poem's name is Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening. Whose woods this are? I think I know. His house is in the village. Thought he will not see me. Stopping there to see his woods fill up with the snow. The little house must it think it well to stop without a farmhouse near. Between the woods and frozen lakes, the darkest evening.
Up next, number 8, 9 gold medals by David Roth.
Good afternoon. 9 gold medals by David Roberts. The athletes had come from all over the country. They run for the gold, for the silver and bronze. Many weeks and months of training, all coming down to these games. The spectators gathered around the old field to cheer on all the young women and men. Final event of the day was approaching. Excitement grew high with the
Number 9, the book that changed me.
Good afternoon, Bandra. Today I stand for you on Elocution platform, not merely to deliver words, but to ignite a powerful spark in our hearts. On topic Book That Changed. Let us embark on an extraordinary journey into the life of a true legend through a literary masterpiece that has completely transformed my perspective. Wings of Fire, the awe-inspiring autobiography of Dr. A.P.J.
Up next is number 10. Is AI a curse or a boon?
Respected judges, teachers, and my dear friends, a very good afternoon to everyone present here. Today, I stand before you to share my thoughts on a topic which is shaping our life and will certainly define our future. Is AI, artificial intelligence, a curse or a boon? Imagine waking up to an alarm call set by AI using Google Maps to avoid traffic.
Contestant number 11, the piece, A Greener Future Starts With Me.
Green future starts with me. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm sorry. Our earth is a home. It gives us clean air, fresh water, full of beautiful nature. But today, our environment is facing many problems like pollution, cutting down trees, climate change. We want a better tomorrow. We should start taking care of planet today. Some people think that only adults can protect the environment, but I believe that children can.
Number 12, how small habits lead to big success.
Imagine holding a small plastic in your hand. It looks tiny and ordinary, but with one spark, it can light a whole candle, and that candle can light another candle, another candle, and another candle, until the entire room is filled with light. Our success works in the same way. Small habits leads to big success. Good afternoon.
Number 13, The First Week of School by Ken Nesbitt.
Good afternoon, respected judges, teachers, and my dear friends. Today I am going to present a wonderful poem written by Ken Nesbitt, The First Week of School. My pencils are sharpened, my shirt is brand new, my pants are soft and my sneakers are new, my folders are empty, my lunchbox is clean, and got a new phone with no cracks on the screen. My folders are
Number 14, the piece Two Indias by Veer Das.
Two Indias by Veer Das. I come from which India? I come from two Indias. Those are the Indias that bring on stage with me right now. I come from India where children in masks hold hands each other. And yet I come from India where leaders hug each other without masks. I come from India where the AQI is 9,000, but we still sleep on the roofs in complex.
Number 15, the piece Bituk breaks the internet, self and AI.
Beethoven breaks the internet for me and AI. One harmless night. The boom, bang, kaboom! A crack split the sky with a glorious vroom. A lightning bolt sing, a comet flew by, and Beethoven came tumbling straight from the sky. He dusted his coat with a puzzled old frown. Now where? He exclaimed.
Number 16, the Champa Flower by Rabindranath Tagore.
Supposing I became Champa, just off on and grow a branch high up that tree and shook in the wind with laughter and danced upon the newly budded leaves. Would you know me, mother?
Number 17, Little Red Riding Hood and the Wolf by Roald Dahl.
Little Red Riding Hood and the Wolf, Roald Dahl. As soon as Wolf began to feel that he would like a decent meal, he went and knocked at Grandma's door. When Grandma opened it, she saw the sharp white teeth.
Number 18, The Spider and the Fly by Mary Howitt.
Good afternoon, dear judges, teachers, parents, and my dear friends. Today, I will present to you a poem, The Spider and the Fly by Mary Howitt. Will you walk into my parlor? Said the spider to the fly. This is the prettiest little parlor that ever you did spy. Don't break into my parlor. Dear, you shall behold yourself. I thank you, gentle.
Number 19, the piece is Mom, self-written.
Every child learns to say one word before they can even fully understand its meaning. A word spoken through tears, through laughter, through fear, through joy. Mom. Good afternoon, respected judges, teachers, parents, and my dear friends. Mom, a word so simple.
Number 20, an adaptation of Playing is Messy by Odile Madera.
And the ball crosses towards Messi. He is ready to take a shot. Ankara Messi, Ankara Messi, Ankara Messi, Ankara Messi. And he chipped it in and it's a goal! What skill! What execution! The crowd goes wild! Lionel Messi has done it again. When we talk about the greatest of all times, oh, the goal in football, one name echoes everywhere. Messi! Messi!
Number 21, My Life as a 10-year Mission Impossible by Anonymous.
Mission Impossible by Eloquence. Today, I'm telling you my life, which is basically Mission Impossible. First of all, waking up in the morning, I am awake at 6:30 with
Drums by Walt Whitman.
Beat, beat drums by Walt Whitman. Beat, beat drums. Blow, bugles blow. Through the windows, through doors. Burst like a ruthless force into the solemn church and scatter the congregation. Into the school where the scholar is studying. Leave not the bright youth quiet. No happiness must he have now with his bride, nor the peaceful farmer.
Number 23. Reaching out to the forgotten world.
Today I stand before you with a message close to my heart. A story of forgotten children who deserve a brand new start. We live in rooms of laughter, wrapped in love each day. But somewhere hidden from our eyes, many children lose their way. Who are these forgotten souls? Not strangers, not apart. They are children just like us.
Number 24. Confessions of a boy who hates vegetables. Self-reflection.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is dedicated to every parent who has ever said these words. Just try one bite. Today, I am here to confess. For years, I have lived a double life. At the dinner table, I smile, I nod, I say, yes, Mom, the curry now looks wonderful. Because here's the truth nobody wants to admit. Vegetables are not food. Vegetables.
Number 25. Indian Moms Are Special by Odile Madera.
Good afternoon, respected judges, teachers, parents, and my dear friends. My topic for today is Indian Moms Are Special by Odile Madera. There are mothers, and then there is the Indian mom. That loving, supportive, all-seeing, all.
Our penultimate contestant, number 27. The Great Olympic Spirit, self-composed.
Oh, very to one at the end of the year. Mine is introduction, and today I'm going to recite a poem. Its title is The Great Olympic Spirit. Across the continent of quite long nights, a shared ambition born through sleepless nights. From humble rash to arena, grand and quiet, the world governs in a certain
Number 28. The Peace Strict by Michael Rosen.
Strict by Michael Joseph. Maybe you think you have a teacher who's really strict. Maybe you know a really strict teacher. But when I was at school, we had a teacher who was so strict. We weren't allowed to read the lessons. That's true. We weren't allowed to read. It was really hard to get to a point.
We had 167 participating today. We have 13 schools taking part in the choral recitation on Saturday. In our first 3 sets, we had only 3 cancellations. So the response has been phenomenal. And on behalf of the Bandra Gymkhana, we'd like to thank the teachers, the parents, the schools for their support to make this annual competition this year such a great success. We truly thank you for your support and cooperation. I can only see a few clapping. Before the contest starts, we'd like to remind these young ladies that all of you are winners. It's very difficult for three judges to pick only five. So for us, each one is a winner. And all those seated behind, all you've got to do is give each one of them a generous round of applause when they finish their piece. And when they do come on stage to recite the piece. When the piece is going on, we request you to refrain from moving around or dragging your chairs. When you finish, feel free to sit wherever you want to. But please note that when the piece is on, let us maintain complete silence. Official photographer, Basil Pereira. All photographs he has promised us are coming to Bombay Times page to be tomorrow. So please put on your best smile. If they don't come, I'll give you his address, we'll beat him up. Jay, you ready? Janet? Thank you. Last call to 12 to 16 girls. We're ready to start. I call upon my co-host Savita to take this forward. Good luck, all the best, and requesting you behind, just give them a generous round of applause. Thank you very much.
Before we begin, I'd like to remind you of our judges on this esteemed panel this evening. To my right is Janet D'Souza. At the center we have Jay Alexander. And to my left is Keith Sequeira. Help me welcome our very first contestant in this segment, contestant number 1. Contestant number 1 will recite the piece, Who Am I Beyond My Marks? Miscellaneous Source.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Before I begin, I have just one question. If every mark sheet in the world disappeared tonight, who would you be tomorrow? Would you still be intelligent? Would you still know your own values? Or would you be lost? Because somewhere along the way we stopped asking children, who are you? And started asking,
Number 2. Final call for contestant number 2. Judges kindly note, contestant number 2 will not be performing. I now invite contestant number 3. Her piece, He for She by Emma Watson. Contestant number 3.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. When I was 8, I was confused at being called bossy because I wanted to direct the plays that we would put on for our parents. But the boys were not. When I was 14, I started being sexualized by certain elements of the press. When I was
I
15,
now invite contestant number 4, who will recite the piece, Unlock Your True Potential, self-written.
A very warm good evening to respected judges, teachers, and my dear friends. Today, I stand before you to speak on a topic that has the power to change every life. Unlock your true potential. Have you ever wondered why some people achieve extraordinary success while others with equal talent struggle to reach their goals?
Let's welcome contestant number 5 with her piece, The Arrow and the Song by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow.
the air. It fell to earth, for so swiftly, the sight could not follow.
Now invite contestant number 6, who will recite the piece, The AI Revolution 2022 to Today, self-written.
Good evening, respected judges and everyone present over here. On 30th November 2022, a company in San Francisco quietly released a chatbot called ChatGPT. In 2 months, over 100 million people were using it. Instagram needed 2.5 years to reach the same number. But today, more than 900 million people use ChatGPT every week.
Contestant number 7 will recite the piece, There Will Come Soft Rain by Sarah Teasdale.
Good evening, everyone present over here. Imagine a world without humanity. Yet it still rains, flowers still blooms. There will come soft rain is an haunting example that tells us that nature might still continue even without us peacefully. With this thought, here I begin. There will come soft rain by Sarah Teasdale.
We give you contestant number 8, who will recite the piece, The Value of Gratitude, sourced from Germany. Contestant number 8.
A very gracious evening to one and all present here, respected teachers, honorable judges, and my fellow friends. Today, I am here to speak about a word that has the power to change our entire life. That word is gratitude. Gratitude is not just saying thank you. Gratitude is noticing. It's the art of appreciating what we have instead of complaining about what we do not have. It is looking at our plate and being thankful.
I invite contestant number 9, who will recite the piece, The Weight You Cannot See, self-written.
The weight you cannot see, self-written. They called her different, not because they knew her or because they understood her, simply because they did not try. She walked through the school gates like the morning sun, her heart far brighter than glittering gold. She whispered to the flowers, she greeted the butterflies, and she waited at the stray doors.
Calling contestant number 10. Second call for contestant number 10. Judges kindly note, contestant number 10 will not be performing. I now invite contestant number 11, who will recite the piece, The Future of Work in the World of AI.
The greatest danger is not that machines will become like humans. The greatest danger is that humans will start behaving like machines. Good evening, everyone present here. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine the year 2040. You will wake up to an AI assistant planning a day. Your car drives itself. A robot performing a life-saving surgery. A teacher using AI to design lessons just for you. Even the
Inviting contestant number 12. Contestant number 12 will recite the piece, Skills are the new currency of the 21st century. Source, Google.
In the 21st century, the illiterate will not be those who cannot read and write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. These prophetic words of futurist Alvin Toffler define the world we inhabit today. Good evening to everyone present here. For centuries, wealth was measured in gold. Later, it was measured in capital.
We welcome contestant number 13, who will recite the piece, The Myth of Perfection, Reclaiming the Freedom to Fail.
Show me a person who has never failed, and I will show you a person who has never truly tried. A very good evening, respected judges and my dear friends. My generation is currently trapped in a dangerous, exhausting modern delusion, the myth of absolute perfection.
I now invite contestant number 14, who will recite the piece, The Death of Existence, The Loss of an Inner Voice, self-written.
Good evening, honorable judges, fellow participants, and their parents. Do you know what frightens me? It isn't failure, it isn't death. It's the possibility that I'll wake up one day, look into the mirror, and recognize the face, but not the person behind it. Oscar Wilde once wrote, to live is the rarest thing in the whole world. Most people just exist, that is all. For the
I
long
now invite contestant number 15. Her piece, Mrs. Devika Deshpande, Where Are You? By Nakia Kachwala. Contestant number 15.
Mrs. Devika Deshpande, where are you? By Nakia Kachwala. There are bright parts in all of our lives, and many of them begin because someone believes in us. At 13, those words meant absolutely nothing to me. My friends and I were far too busy discussing what we thought was the biggest news of the day. Did you see Pia's purple mascara? One of us whispered.
I invite contestant number 17. Her piece, The Ballad of Rum by Peter R. Wolveridge.
The Ballad of Rum by Peter R. Wolveridge. A dog wandered into our garden one day. A friendly old mutt didn't look like a stray. We never discovered whence he had come, but we brushed him and fed him, and the kids called him Rum. Now, as family members,
I now invite contestant number 18, who will recite the piece, Suicide is Not an Option by Anita Brito. Contestant number 18.
suicide is not an option. Beware the Ides of March. You cried when I tossed you in the air. Your body hands would wave around with theatrical flair. And with a blasted dagger concealed beneath my vest, in sham pretense I stomp around and stab you in your chest. I watched you
I
grow.
invite contestant number 19, who will recite the piece, The Marks We Wear, self-written.
The marks we wear, self-written. Da, di, di, da. Coons on the ankles. One hand in a perfect mudra. Red lipstick and kajal under the eyes. And from there comes a heavyweight champion, hands clenched, ready to strike. White tape around bruised knuckles, a bleeding lip and sweat upon the brow.
I now invite contestant number 20, who will recite the piece, The Invisible Backpack, sourced from the internet.
The invisible
I now invite contestant number 21, who will recite an original piece, The Unbreakable Spirit of Arunima Sinha. Contestant number 21.
Good evening, everyone. Today, I would like to speak on a topic that is both empowering and inspiring. The incredible strength of a woman. Have you ever wondered what real strength looks like? Is it lifting heavy weights? Or is it having the courage to stand up after life has knocked you down? Today, I would like to tell you the story of a woman who proved that
Now
nothing.
invite contestant number 22. She will recite the piece, The World's Most Dangerous Parent-Teacher Meeting, Anonymous.
The world's most dangerous parent-teacher meeting. Anonymous. Ladies and gentlemen, last week, my parents attended my parent-teacher meeting. Now, if you have never experienced a parent-teacher meeting before, let me explain. It's a perfectly normal event where teachers tell parents things that students
I now
praise.
invite contestant number 23. She will recite the piece, We Look But We Do Not Always See, by Michelle Pinero. Contestant number 23.
Our lives are just so busy. We look, but we do not always see. Last week, on my way back from a holiday, I boarded a flight from Delhi to Mumbai. I was about to sit down when a little boy approached me and said, "Hi, please could I have the window seat?" Before I could reply, his father immediately said, "I'm so sorry,
I
ma'am."
now invite contestant number 24, who will recite the piece, Being the Daughter of an Indian Mother, self-written.
Being the daughter of an Indian mother, self-written. Stand back, everyone, because we're talking about the undisputed queen of the universe. The Indian mother. She is the only person alive who can roast your entire existence. Blame global warming on your phone screen and still ask you about your day 5 minutes later, as if nothing.
I now invite contestant number 25, who will recite the piece, Abraham Lincoln's letter to his son's teacher, Raymond Carhart's article. Contestant number 25.
Abraham Lincoln once wrote a letter to his son's school teacher. It is very insightful and relevant even today. My son will have to learn, I know, that all men are not just, that all men are not true, but also teach him, if you can, that for every scoundrel there is a hero. That for every
I now invite contestant number 26, who will recite the piece, Let Your Daughter Do You Proud, Anonymous.
Let your daughter do you proud. The 21st day of December 2018, Arjuna discovered she was going to have a baby. Rahul, she said to her husband, my happiness is so complete. What a joy to be a mother. I can hardly wait. 3 months later, Arjuna was forced to go through
I now invite contestant number 27, who will present Mark Antony's funeral oration from Act 3, Scene 2 of William Shakespeare's Julius Caesar. Contestant number 27. self-written piece. Is social media connecting or isolating the younger generations? Contestant number 28.
Good evening to one and all present here. Today I'm going to speak on the topic, is social media connecting or isolating the younger generation? Social media is like a double chili chicken pizza. And yes, it tastes even better than it sounds. A little bit is amazing, but eat too much.
Contestant number 29 will now present a true story, The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind by William Kamkwamba and Brian Miller.
The boy who harnessed the wind. William stood in the dry fields, staring at the cracked scorched over him. A terrible famine had struck his village, forcing him to drop out of school, as his family could no longer afford the fees. I belong in that classroom, whispered William, voice tight with ancient tears. But how?
I now invite contestant number 30. A self-reflection, the science and psychology of colors. Contestant number 30.
Good evening, respected judges, teachers, parents, and my fellow students. Today I'm speaking on the topic, the science and psychology of colors. The English poet Leigh Hunt once said, "Colors are the smiles of nature." These words remind us that colors are not merely seen, but deeply experienced. Imagine waking up in a world without color. No golden sunset.
I now invite contestant number 31 who will recite the piece Stolen Futures, Anonymous.
Stolen futures. How dare you? How dare you tell us to walk on and then celebrate paper on WhatsApp? I am 17. I have not seen a movie in 2 years. I have not been to a cousin's wedding. I have not slept before 2 a.m. in 1,000 days. Not because I am weak, because I believe.
Calling contestant number 32. Last call for contestant number 32. Judges kindly note, contestant number 32 will not be participating. I now invite contestant number 33 with her self-written piece, Have you ever imagined a world without science?
Have you ever imagined a world without science? Self-written. Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever imagined a world without science? I request each and every one of you to kindly close your eyes for just 4 seconds and imagine one morning you woke up. There is no electricity, no mobile phone, and no internet. Could we imagine living in such a world? It is too difficult for us.
Coming up is number 1. Stay hungry, stay foolish, adapted from Steve Jobs' Stanford. Please welcome contestant number 1, boys 12 to 16.
What is the biggest obstacle standing between you and your dreams? It is not failure, but the fear of looking foolish. How many times have we silenced our curiosity because we were afraid of being judged? How many opportunities have we missed because we waited for the perfect moment? Good evening to one and all. Today,
Number 2, the bridge between enemies. If you finish, when you finish, you can sit behind with your parents, teachers. If you're leaving, please ensure you return the badge at the counter. You want to come back and sit here, feel free, but you have the option to sit where you want to. Judges, up on stage is number 2, the bridge between enemies.
The bridge between enemies are none. History remembers kings, generals, and victories. But it rarely remembers just like me. Today, I want to tell you about the day when, for a few precious hours, the world forgot how to hate. It was Christmas Eve 1914. I was just 19 years old, sitting.
Up next is number 4, Evolution of Unique You, IIT Madras 2010.
Success is not permanent, nor is failure. So we should always keep experimenting even if we succeed, and always keep trying even if we fail. Good morning, good afternoon everyone. Today I stand all before you and give a speech by APJ Abdul Kalam, Evolution of Unique You, said by him in IIT Madras in 2010. I am delighted to be here at the Indian Institute of Technology Madras.
Up next is number 5, The World Between the Pages, self-composed.
Reader lives 1,000 lives before he dies. The man who never reads lives only one. By George R.R. Martin. Good evening, but no one are all present here. Today, I am delighted to speak about the bird between the pages. Imagine you would travel to the magical hall of Hogwarts, visit Stony Ocean beside the explorers, and even walk beside.
Up next is number 6, Richard Corey by Edwin Arlington Robinson, contestant number 6.
Whenever Richard Corey went to the downtown, the people waited for him at the pavements. He was a gentleman from soul to the ground, clean fluttered and imperiled slave. He was also quietly ragged, and he was a human when he talked. But still, he fluttered when he said, "Good
Do the
morning."
right thing even when no one is watching. Contestant number 7.
Very good evening to honorable judges, respected teachers, and everyone present here. Today, I would like to speak on the topic integrity. If you ever found a wallet lying on the street, no one asked it, would you keep it or would you return it? The answer to this question reveals something more valuable than your talent and intelligence. It reveals your integrity. Integrity is one of the greatest values a person can possess. It means being honest, responsible, and being truthful.
Up next is number 8, A Jolt from the Blue, self-written.
A jolt from the blue. I will never forget how happy we all were. It was Eid al-Fitr, laughter and celebration filled the air. It was around 3:30 in the afternoon when Zoya had left home, excited to meet her friends in the old city. Zoya was my little sister, the apple of Baba's eye. She was 12.
Up next is number 9. Compassion, societal instinct. Up is number 9.
Once the Dalai Lama said, love and compassion are necessities, not luxuries. Without them, humanity cannot survive. Compassion is a profound core value, rooted in recognizing the suffering of others, coupled with a deep and active desire to elevate their distress. Originating from the Latin word compactum, which means to suffer, it stands apart from the simple pity, sympathy, or empathy.
Up next is number 10. Why should schools focus more on skills than exams.
Exams, that's what we know today. But skills decide what we can do tomorrow. A very good evening to everyone present here. Today, I'm going to be talking about something that is close to every student's heart. Should schools focus more on skills than exams? Let's be honest, exams are not really our best friends. They appear suddenly, give us sleepless nights.
Number 11, discipline, a step to achieving goals.
Honorable judges, respected teachers, and all my dear friends, a very good evening to each and everyone present here. Friends, we all have dreams, but have you ever wondered what helps turn those dreams into reality? It's discipline. Without discipline, even the biggest dreams remain just a dream. Friends, I know you all must be thinking, what is discipline and how I can be disciplined? Discipline is nothing but doing the right thing.
Is number 12, the hands that built my world, self-composed.
Good evening, judges and all present over here. My topic is the hand that built my words. Moral of my very word, the gender is of built my word. Moral is stand so tall, the whole is to everyone. If your hand will up, your heart will have, the greater than ever never. You hide your death behind the smile just to make one happen. You skip your dream to build my own, yet to again what you had shown. Every sacrifice you made became a light that never faded. My struggle led out every day, you stood beside me every day. Your faith became a strong change, your courage taught me not to be. Among this prayer, so solid, still of soul.
Number 13, up next. I was born connected, but am I truly connected?
I belong to a generation that has never known a world without Wi-Fi. We wake up and touch our phones before our feet touch the floor. We know what a friend ate for breakfast where someone went on vacation. And like this picture, we are hundreds of contacts, thousands of followers, and unlimited ways. Yes. Why does loneliness seem louder than ever?
Up next is number 15, the waiting room called an old age home, self-written. Number 15.
Have you ever waited for someone you love? Waited for a message, a phone call, or footsteps outside your door. Now imagine waiting like that. Not for a day or a week, but for years. Last month I visited an old age home. I thought that I would be entirely weakened, but I met memories instead.
Up next is number 17. Procrastination, the world's most popular hobby. Original.
Good evening to one and all present. Today I'm going to talk about a topic that unites students and the people across the world, not only now, but for generations. No, not mathematics, not cricket, not even football awards. It is procrastination. Procrastination simply means putting off something until later.
Up next is number 18, the heartbeat of our nation.
The heartbeat of a nation. Good evening to one and all present here today. Today, I stand before you with immense pride and deep emotion to speak about something that cannot be measured, bought, or thought overnight. A feeling of love and responsibility for a motherland. When we think about a country, many of us imagine national flag proudly.
Number 19, the porcupine by Roald Dahl.
The porcupine, raw dog. Each Saturday I shout, hooray! For
pocket money day. So after breakfast, 50 pence my generous father gave to me. Like lightning down the road I ran, until I reached the sweet shop man and got the chocolates of my dreams. A great big bag of.
Next is number 20. Ajmer and the Tigers by Arun Kolhatkar.
Ajmer and the Tigers by Arun Kolhatkar. The tiger people went their king and said, "We are starving. We've had nothing to eat, not a bite, for 50 days and 60 nights. Ajmer has spotted you, sheepdog. He grants our style and won't let us get within a mile of meat." "That's shocking," said the Tiger King.
Number 21. The Reign of Death by Kush Javeri.
The Reign of Death by cultivate. Boom! The first missile tore through the roof. Boom! The second ripped open the classrooms. On 28th February 2026, in Minab, Iran, a black boat that had carried toward peace only moments earlier was.
Up next is number 23. Thermopylae. Go tell the Spartans.
Thermopylae, go tell the Spartans. An original adaptation drawing on Simonides, Herodotus, Cavafy, and Lord Byron. Go tell the Spartans, stranger passing by, that here, obedient to their laws, we lie.
Our penultimate contestant, number 24, Casabianca by Felicia Jimenez. Casabianca.
Casabianca, written by Felicia Jimenez. The boy stood on the burning deck, whence all but he had fled. The flame that is the battered red shone round him over the dead, yet beautiful and bright he stood, as born to rule the storms, a creature of heroic love, a proud though childlike hope.
When you look at modern technology, there's a common myth that successful organizations simply invest more money in tech than their competitors. The data says otherwise. High-performing organizations and failing ones won't invest roughly exact same amount, about 2% of their revenue, on technology. The critical difference here isn't how much money is spent, it's how they spend it. Unsuccessful
So before we felicitate them and thank them, if anybody would like to say a few words about this evening, feedback, good, could have been better, some improvements, some tips. We have some children, parents, teachers here. We have 5 minutes before we announce the results, so just in case you want to say something to you, anything they can take back.
You hear me, right? Okay. The judging was incredibly difficult. The differences were literally like one point, and sometimes I had to really just really search for a point just so that to be a tiebreaker. The competition was really tight. I cannot begin to describe to you how difficult that was. Everyone was so good. That's what I have to say right now. I will pass this on. Thank you.
I think it was great to see so many participants. So many of the subjects was so impactful, so powerful, and for the way they, orated was tremendous. I think when that child spoke about mom, and I think he wrote it, I really had tears in my eyes. It was so touching, really, to all the mothers. To be felt so appreciated and to be understood was an incredible piece that he spoke. Overall good, lots of AI, lots of technology. I can see the children struggling under so much of stress and pressure and social media. So it's such a difficult world. And we as parents need to handhold, to give them an understanding because they're coping with far too much. So please, parents, the message that I would really love to give y'all is to please understand your children. Let there be fewer suicides. Let there be less stress. Let them grow up as children and enjoy what life has to offer them. Today it really doesn't matter. Unlike when we were growing up, the stress to be engineers and doctors and what have you. Today your hobby can be your career path. And going down the line, you have the luxury of being able to choose a different path. Times have changed. Reduce the stress for yourselves and for your children. Thank you.
Actually, what I felt was the subjects that were chosen are subjects which adults are discussing. Like in adult conversations, these are all the subjects that usually get discussed, and here to see children across all ages speak about these subjects really shows that they've evolved, they're dealing with a different world. And as he said, the competition was very tight, sometimes we just had to find ways how to, So it was great seeing everyone, and it was amazing, and an amazing evening. Thank you everyone.
If that's the case, then I have some notes which might help. I'll give it in general, okay? So number one is just make eye contact, pick someone and make eye contact with them and talk to a specific person. No one ever talks to a crowd in general. If I'm talking, I will talk to you. And then I'll move on and look at someone else. I always look at a specific person. That really helps, number one. Number two is some of you, I don't remember who, and even if I do, I won't tell, you'll never find out. But some of you, I could see that you were thinking of what your next line was. What would help is you learn what you're going to say so well that you can forget about it. You're not even thinking about the line anymore, it'll come to you. When you talk to your friends, you're not planning your lines in advance when you're at home. Okay, I'm going to say this to Stephen, and then Stephen will say this, and then I will laugh, ha, they'll come back home. No. You're just present in the moment, and it comes to you because you're present. But that only happens once you've learned what you have learned so well that you can switch your mind off. Then you're present with the people you're speaking with. That's number two. And number three would be have fun. That's it. Okay? If this helps. If it doesn't, I'm sorry.
I would really like to add about the volume. So many of them come with so much of energy, but the topic, I think there was one called suicide. And that was such a sensitive topic, but the volume with which he said it took away the sadness of the subject. So build it up, don't start at such a high volume, is what I would personally think. Tone it down a bit.
Thank you.
So can we felicitate the judges? A little token of appreciation from the Bandra Gymkhana. Cheryl Fonseca is our Honorary Cultural Secretary. Blossom Coutinho is our Managing Committee member. And Zita. Please show appreciation to our judges. I've got the results of the below 8 girls, below 8 boys, but I think they're all in bed. It's like 9 p.m. and it's bedtime for them. But if anybody knows, if you know any of them, you would like to give them a call a little later. But these results will be on the notice board and the schools also will be informed. Thank you very much, sirs.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, Philip is a great singer, musician, actor, and he says, since you're going to tell, he's going to do a performance.
He's going to sing?
I don't know what he's going to do. Give him a mic.
Woo!
Then he's got the mic there. He has to decide what to do. He can do so many things.
Yeah. Don't clap, just it might be terrible. So this is I'm going to read an excerpt from a piece that I've written. I want to make this into a show.
Wow.
Okay. There's a fun one and a very sad and dramatic one. Which would you prefer?
Fun.
Cool. So, can someone hold this? So, I'm so sorry.
My pleasure.
Okay, so this is just an excerpt. It's called Littlest Timmy. Hello there. This is the story of Littlest Timmy, a boy who was at odds with the size that he was because Littlest Timmy was of average height for a man who had lived past 25. And while his body may have grown in size over the years, in his mind he somehow remained the littlest child. Now, you couldn't tell just by looking at him, but there was a thunderous storm brewing deep within him. Now we see storms coming when it's much too late to do anything else but accept our fate. So, we shall begin this tale at the very beginning, at a time when this storm was but a minor stirring. So, on the surface as a child, Timmy was fun and full of life. He was always itching for something new to do, and this is how he'd land himself into soup after soup. But when he discovered that it was in fact a pickle, he would wriggle and jiggle to escape his frying, jump out of the pan and land straight into his parents' line of firing. Now, his parents had already heard several complaints from the neighbors who claimed that Timmy was far from a saint, bullying other children and making them cry, blaming others with his horrible lies, ringing doorbells and running away, damaging gardens in the name of play, picking flowers before they had bloomed. They said, nip him in the bud, or he will spell doom. So, when Timmy reached home, they sat on the sofa. What's the worst that could happen after what happened so far? They regarded each other for what felt like hours. No one moved a muscle. The air grew still because the breeze had pulled a muscle. And outside, an emotionally invested cricket shushed a tree whose leaves had dared to rustle. The tensions of that serious soiree were far too high to be contained within the confines of one single night. And so, that evening's repercussions stretched far and wide across the very fabric of space and time, and the tide of his hate and the current of tensions was constantly building up pressure within him, shifting his grounding. This storm that was stirring was growing and threatened an eruption of bottled emotions. And despite all his efforts to put it behind him, days like that came back to haunt him. They bound him, they chained him, they drained him, they gagged him, they made him completely forget the child inside him. Eventually, this was normalized. Littlest Timmy acclimatized. And after many restless nights, littlest Timmy closed his eyes. He went to sleep, he didn't die. I mean, he existed, he just did not live. And that's the opening of the story. Anyway, that's it.
Woo! Let's hear it for Keith Sinclair.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Keith. Very sporting of you. In less than 30 seconds, he agreed to do this. Otherwise, usually judges take 2 hours to tell us. He's not shy at all. I had to stop him because he already did the second piece. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Below 8 girls. Nobody is here? but we'll do this. 5 in random order. You getting late, Jay? You want to sit? 5 minutes, we'll get this over and done with. Below 8 girls, I'm repeating, it's in random order. Suchte, Cathedral of John and Conan. Jasri Mayekar, Green Lawns School, Warren Road. Aramia Gore, J.D. Vachar School for Parsi Girls. Jade De Silva, St. Joseph's Convent International School, Bandra. And Alan Shanmugam, Manekji Cooper Trust School, Juhu. Below 8 girls, 5 that will participate in the finals on Saturday. Below 8 boys. Prithvi Mehta, Campion School, ICSC. Caleb Dias, Beacon High ICSC board. Dhruv Chandawakar, Arya Vidya Mandir. Jonathan Fernandez, Manekji Cooper Education Trust, Juhu. Yuval Shah, Green Lawns High School, Warden Road. Below 8 boys. Eight to 12 girls. All this happened in our first session. Sonali Shukla, Green Lawns High School, Warren Road. Sarah Sheikh, Alexander Girls English Institution. Aiden Fernando, St. Stanislaus International. Shania Indra, Shania Indra, by Avabai Petit Girls High School. Sayara Rajni, Beacon High ICSC board. And we had a tie here, so instead of 5, 6 will move into the next round. And the 6th is Gwyneth Correa, Mary Immaculate Girls High School. 6 in the 8 to 12 girls that will move to the next round. Most of those sitting behind are in our final category, I reckon. 8 to 12 boys. Ready? Mario. 8 to 12 boys. Checking. Jay, they'll open this door for you. Sonali Shukla, Sara Sheikh, Aiden Fernando, Shania Indra, Gwyneth Correa, Saira Rajani. 8 to 12 boys, 5. Zehan Javeri Cathedral and John Connon School. Nirvan Gumasta, Arya Vidya Mandir. Brahan Malay, Vibur High School. Kian Wadia, Beacon High. And Adam Cutlery Wala, Mom, 5 from 8 to 12, Bombay. Boys, 12 to 16 girls. Irfa Ansari, St. Joseph's Convent High School. Sarah Tadavi, Greenlawn School. Ivana De Silva, by Ababai Pettit School. Hazel Sonawala, Cathedral and John Connor. And Vrishti Mehta, Greenlawn School. 12 to 16 boys. I think the boys are all here. In a random order. I'm just reading them, but this is not the order of the performance or the rating. It's just random order. 5 that have been chosen by the judges to take part in the finals on Saturday. Mihail Karachiwala, Cathedral and John Connor, A Jolt from the Blue. Samyak Punya, Youth Assembly, Dadar. I was born connected, but am I truly connected? Aiden Pierce, St. Stanislaus High School, The Porcupine. Nikit Somaya, Green Lawns High School, The Reign of Death. And the fifth, Mikhail Vasuna, St. Stanislaus High School. His piece was a tongue twister. He had to tell me 3 times how to pronounce it right. Thermopylae. Go tell the Spartans. Those 5 will take part in the finals. Thank you. Good night. Thank you for staying with us. Thank you very much. Oh, I can see Thermopylae right there. Congratulations to all of you who took part. Judges, thank you very much. Good night. Have a lovely evening. See you on Saturday.